Bam. I think we should be live. Are we? Yeah, we're live. So I guess most of the people watching this probably already know what is happening. And I'm joined here today by Hardy, who is ex-Muslim friend of mine, German, I think. So you're German, right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
German.
Okay. And what happened today? We had the Russian ambassador assassinated by a member of his own security detail, who happened to be Turkish, a Turkish police officer. We are having a shootout at a Swiss Islamic center, which is still ongoing. And an hour ago, I think, a truck plowed through a Christmas market in Germany. So far, we know that 9 people are dead, 50 people are injured, according to the media reports that I am reading. And yeah, the latest report I got was that the suspect has been arrested. So, yeah, I just got that right now. Let me share the screen. And let me share. Yeah. Sicherheitsbeamte, ein Täter festgenommen. And that was said about 15 minutes ago. Maybe there's more information if we update.
Any ethnic background?
No information. I read someone tweeted out that it was a drunken Polish truck driver. But it's still to be seen if that is true, if that is the reality. And most of the tweets now under the hashtags are in English and Polish. So it's hard to filter out any information. Oh yeah, here we go. Generalanzeiger Bonn. Polizei bestätigt Festnahme des Verdächtigen. Police confirm arrest. The police just tweeted out again. Ja, but nach Hochbitte. Yeah, still they have more information. Yeah, apparently the suspect has been arrested.
That's actually good to hear.
Yeah, it is. It is. It means that it wasn't a suicide bomber. Maybe he got injured himself whilst he was doing this. Could be. I'm waiting for Abel to join us as well. He probably has more info than the rest of us.
Well, I think it's actually terrifying to have this here in Germany because we have a pretty good security. And I live in northern Germany. It's actually quite. It's actually quiet here, and well, I don't want to go to main station and I have to be scared to be blown up like in the next second.
It has to be said that our security service have worked better than the French security services. How many prevented terrorist attacks have we had? 20 or something like that? Almost every terrorist attack attempted in Germany was prevented so far, which has to be said is a really, really, really good thing.
And we have a lower Muslim population than France.
Yeah, well, population doesn't necessarily have too much to do with that. When you, for example, consider that the Muslim population of the Czech Republic of Prague specifically is 0.3%, yet the Czechs have also had terrorist attacks and attempted terrorist attacks. I have to... Let me go through the map. That is probably the best thing to do. The map. Let me see. Full screen. Hey, Abel.
What?
Hey, what's up?
So let's count them ourselves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. Yeah. I don't know. There have been a lot of attempted terrorist attacks in Karlsruhe. I didn't even know about most of them.
Most of them are court trials for the terrorist suspects. over Europol or the intelligence agency, which got caught. That's why there's so many links, because there's a special court for terrorists with a special
Yeah,
prison
I'm
complex.
just reading it. Karlsruhe Wajid S. wegen Mitgliedschaft einer ausländischen Terrororganisation, the Taliban, festgenommen. So this is also trials for members of the Taliban. So it doesn't necessarily list all, well, attempted terrorist attacks. It might just as well be terror suspects.
Although the question is if you're the difference is if you're just a member, okay, that's still bad, but that's a difference than if you already planned the attack. So some of those cases, like I would list them differently. If you're just a member, yes, that's also bad, but if you actually plan something, that's also actually quite severe, in my opinion. Like,
Have you got any new info that I haven't gotten so far out of the situation?
checking right now as well. The police is right now are speaking about that it is indeed a terror attack. Although with the amount of victims, it's kind of how to say obvious. Like
Yeah.
yeah, doesn't have to
I
be like how to say Muslim orientated terrorist attack, but simply 50 people injured and one suspect on large is kind
Oh,
of
suspect arrested. That was
arrested.
that broke the news when we went live. The suspect has been arrested.
Oh, okay.
And yeah.
Two people inside the truck, one arrested and the other one is on lounge. It just
Okay.
got from at News Executive. That's a rather good Twitter account for such events.
Did you know that there's currently a shootout in Switzerland at an Islamic cultural center also?
Well, I read it, but I've not got much info about it.
Yeah, this was... the thing is, do you remember the Madrid bombings?
Yeah.
The Spanish government immediately blamed it on Basque terrorists before the investigation finished, and it is one of the reasons why the Spanish government back then lost the upcoming election. So it is always important to wait for the evidence.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can speculate quite a bit upfront, but you always have to wait for what's actually like the motivation or what you can, how to say, what you can interpret into what they were up to, so to say. Like right now, there could be also how to say a far right nationalist like NSU. You know, like.
Yeah, it's always best to wait. But it looks, I think we can say by now that it looks increasingly like a terrorist attack.
Yes, definitely.
This, the attack on the ambassador in Turkey was just a terrorist attack.
Yeah, there's no denying that. There's no denying that.
Got assassinated. The thing is also you got in Somalia, like 18 hours ago, you also got the IS attack with a suicide bomber with 11 soldiers killed. So you got
Really?
Yeah, you got quite a bit of events today, actually.
The thing is that Christmas is always a time where Islamists like to bomb up Christians, especially in Central Africa, in the Sahel zone. So it's with Christmas coming closer and closer, you will have to expect this. I've been going through Twitter for quite a while. I know that a lot of us tend to do this, and I've noticed that we're seeing the usual regressive nonsense as well as again. Like some Antifa accounts going, oh, das Dreckspack has schon wieder. Oh, the bastards are doing hate speech again.
Yeah, fueling hate. Like, you know, like not the event itself is fueling hate or a dislike, how to say, of the alleged perpetrators of this event. No, it's just the hatred of the people.
Beifahrer tot, Fahrer festgenommen. So one of the suspects is dead and the driver has been arrested. So I think we will soon know what it was.
I had a while ago. I read a study that actually the anti-Muslim comments, the hate speech on the internet, actually goes up after an attack usually, and later that's reinterpreted as a general dislike of the population of Muslims.
At this point, I also had a Muslim tweeting at me how much he, how everyone who tweeted about this. If you follow me on Twitter, you probably noticed this. There was a Muslim who tweeted that everyone who tweets about this is a Nazi, which is like the most hilarious thing.
Of course.
Yeah.
It can only be right wingers who criticize.
Does the truck look shot up to you, or does it look like something else?
Zoom in a bit. Is it on? Oh, it's on Sky.
To me, it just looks crashed.
Yeah.
I'm going to tweet it under my Samuel Hyde meme folder and open it.
I like the meme, right?
Yeah. Is that... Yeah. It doesn't look shot up, to be honest.
No.
No, it doesn't look shot up. Actually, look at this giant fucking thing. Is that hanging out of the truck or sticking into the truck?
I think hanging out.
It
Might
looks
be one
like
of the drivers.
Well, it was a driver and a co-driver, and the co-driver is dead. The driver was arrested. So it looks like maybe the co-driver was killed when they were plowing through the Christmas market. That might be a possibility. Looking at that,
It looks like a steel bar. I'm not sure.
Looks like a piece of wood. Just going through Twitter.
Yeah, that's. But I have to say that's kind of typically German that you have a Christmas market built so well that the truck gets destroyed while plowing through it. I don't know.
Kind of. Okay, let's go. Oh, die SPD richtet uns allen ihr Beileid aus.
Da bin ich beruhigt.
Honestly, that's kind of the least cringy thing I've seen so far.
Okay, people are already tweeting about the AFD.
Yes.
AFD wants to provoke the public. How is that relevant to what is happening right now? Honestly, how is that relevant to anything what is going on right now?
They're afraid to lose the election. That's why after a terror attack, they directly need to address the right-wingers who are not afraid to stir up some feathers, to set some feathers burning, so to say. It's, I don't know.
Wir sind jetzt in Berlin. Most of the tweets that I'm seeing are German. So, and of course the usual apologetics that this has nothing to do with Islam, etc., etc. Schlechte Nachricht heute.
Of course not. I mean, the thing is, in Germany, you just don't have recently a lot of right-wing or left-wing extremist attacks. You have burning refugee shelters from the right-wingers. You have some burning cars from the left-wingers, but you don't have this large-scale terror attack from a political fringe worldview party, whatever you call it. So I don't know, but it's still speculation.
We actually had some NSU and RAF.
Yeah, but not recently, you know.
Yeah, not recently.
I'm going through Twitter to see if any of the people I invited are going to join as well. But it doesn't look like it. Yes, we can hear you.
Great, because before apparently my microphone didn't work until just about now, so good evening.
Good evening.
It seems like a shit day today.
What an amazing day. What is it? 4 attacks today.
I actually wanted to get wasted today. Like I had already like 3 beers and a few shots, and then this one happened, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Not the perfect time to get drunk.
No, not really.
And we're still waiting for more information to come out, I guess. But the hashtags, they used to be filled with news.
Hi.
Yes, now there
And
must
that's
be
always-
just the different political groups throwing hissy fits at each other.
Oh, here we have the Pray for Berlin again.
Oh goodness, no!
With Pray.
I saw an Antifa guy saying that earlier.
What kind of
Oh,
prayer?
God.
Allahu Akbar.
Okay, hi, sorry about that. I'm on my other account because I'm on another stream right now. I'm on another stream with a guy called Eliza, who I'm doing this with. Shall I give him the invite to come on here?
Yeah, if you want to, sure.
Alrighty. We've been
Sure
doing
thing.
pretty much the same thing. Do you have any further confirmation on the motive? I've got a lot of reports that it was terror, but no confirmation.
We have information that the co-driver was killed and that the driver was arrested. Wait,
Yeah,
now
we basically just got that.
It's always different stuff. I read now that the driver was killed and the co-driver was arrested. So it's...
Alright, I'll be back in a sec.
Oh, wait. Registration plates of the truck that crashed were in Poland.
Yes, but I think that has been known for a while now.
Yeah. One of the first tweets I read was that it was a drunken Polish guy.
Yeah, they want revenge.
Oh,
I
I'm
don't
just
know
reading
what they wanted.
a tweet from somebody who said, heute sind weltweit ca. 200.000 Menschen gestorben. Wen kümmern dann diese 9? Which translates to today, worldwide, 200,000 people have died. Who cares about the 9?
Can you send me the link to that? I have to see that.
Yeah, I can do it, but I'm not sure how.
You can put it into the side chat or whatever. I mean, we're still, all of us, we don't know yet entirely what the hell is going on.
Oh goodness, the Pray for Berlin hashtag.
Well, hashtags right now are unfortunately the main source of news these days.
Yeah, that's
They're also the main source of carcinogen.
Yes. I mean, in the past, the news got kind of the hegemony about fast arriving information, you could say. But that's long gone over the internet. Like, basically, you don't have to watch TV if you want to be really informed. It was the same when there was this young man making this mass shooting in Munich. You could read on Twitter information which was confirmed then 2-3 hours later on TV.
So what is Markus Pretzel doing? Because people told me to... An die Erstmal abwarten Fraktion, sowas kommt vom Abwarten. To those who say that we should wait, things like these happen when we wait. Yeah, he's being an idiot. He's being an idiot as well, to be honest.
Yeah, I would say so too.
You remember when the...
Der fehlt ein W.
Okay. Going through the hashtags again. No new information yet. But we talked about this earlier, actually months ago. You remember the attack? Where was the other attack? In Ansfeld?
Ansbach.
Ansbach, yes. And I think we talked about it back then, that it was pretty much unavoidable that this would happen. It was just a question of when it would happen.
Yes, basically. I mean, the funny thing is, when you think about terrorism, majority of the people think about the successfully happened attack. But if you look into what Europol publishes in their TSAT report about terrorism activities within Europe, you see that we're actually rather good at preventing those. And like in 2015, you had 40 attempted attacks. And I mean not attempted in the sense of somebody Googled how to build a bomb, 40 in the sense of somebody tried to bomb something, got spotted by officials, and got stopped, so to say. So I kind of don't like the hysteria about terror in general. Nothing really changed over a couple of hours except for the lives of the people involved. But in general, the method of making a terror attack, that's tried to be used from those groups way more frequently than people think. Although there's still not a reason to really panic or something, or to be like doom and gloom, but it's more serious than people might guess.
The internal ministry is about to make a statement. Do you know where you can follow them live? Probably not. I probably have to go to the Tagesschau.
Phoenix. I think I got a link to them.
Let's see what the live blog is doing. Police is telling people to stay at home. Hotline opened for people to phone in. Driver arrested. Too early to compare with the attack in Nice.
I think it's a little bit too late for that.
Yes. Well, obviously, I mean... we can pretty much say by now that if this was an Islamic terrorist attack, it was... if this was an Islamic terrorist attack, it was inspired by Nice.
Pretty much. Yes.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Like how to say, you gotta either grab a assault rifle or a truck, but building a bomb is actually rather hard. That's how to say.
Yeah, and it's less effective than a Swiss friend. He just tweeted at me he might join us to tell us more about Zurich and what is going on in Zurich. Zurich. Denn wir können da auch die deutsche Aussprache benutzen.
Yeah.
I guess in Zurich you have the possibility that this might actually be a right-wing attack, because who goes and shoots up an Islamic cultural center? Not necessarily a Muslim. But yeah,
well,
that's also something that we have to see.
Unless it's a different sect.
Yeah, could be Shias shooting up Sunnis or Sunnis shooting up Shias. I sent Schwab the invite. Let's see if he joins us. Because I don't have much access to Swiss news, unfortunately. Less than a Swiss guy, definitely. He's probably better informed than me. Oh. Okay, new news. Hey,
can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. There was a problem with my stream just now. It stopped my audio for some reason.
Polish guy just tweeted on me. The company owning the truck lost track of it earlier this day, meaning it was stolen.
Okay. I've got an update from the Telegraph saying the suspect was arrested and the co-driver is dead.
Yeah. How many news said that there was actually a co-driver? Because I found out through ITV. Because if it was a co-driver and they were dead, like I was saying on the other stream, it could be that it wasn't actually gunfire that was on the right side. It was actually somebody's head. So I don't know if anyone's speculating that it was gunfire.
Yeah. The Berlin police says the background is still unclear.
Still, yeah.
Do you have any information about whether there were shots at the truck?
No. We actually looked at a picture of the truck. The truck looks pretty badly damaged, and by what we saw, the bike driver might have actually gotten killed whilst it plowed through the Christmas market.
Yeah,
it looks like wood from one of the buildings just slammed itself into the truck.
Yeah, I can see that massive rip on the left side.
Yeah, we
would it
zoomed
be,
in on that. Oh, yeah, I still have it open here. You can see that there's a massive piece of wood
Yeah.
just sticking into the truck, and that probably killed the co-driver.
Sorry, could I ask, in Berlin, because I'm guessing this is a truck actually from Berlin, which side is the driver
No.
on?
The truck is from Poland,
Oh,
and
right.
according to news that I just got myself, the truck was stolen today.
Which side is the driver on, though?
The one which you smashed in here.
Right.
So, yeah. It surprised me if the co-driver got killed by that. It really wouldn't. Pray for Berlin. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
Somebody kill me.
How many people do you think are going to be, like, pray for Russia?
Did you see Putin's statement on the assassination?
No.
Well, I'm paraphrasing, but this is basically what he said. He said that it said terrorist attack intended to ruin relations between Russia and Turkey, especially around what's going on in Syria.
Wow.
Okay.
That's his opinion, or his public opinion.
A lot of people got really pissed at me when I tweeted out that the main suspect in Ankara is Samuel Hyde.
Saw that. No, Samuel Mustafa Hyde.
I think Samuel Hyde is in the chat right now. Let me take a look. Yes, Saint Hugo is also in the chat. Where is Samuel Hyde? I know that Samuel Hyde is a moderator in my chat. Yes, Samuel Hyde, if you want, you can come on. Here's Sam Hyde. You can come on, Sam Hyde, and tell us why you did this, if you want, and explain why you keep getting away with it. So let's see if there's new information. Oh, these are my messages. Yeah, most of the mainstream media just seems to be catching up to what happens.
Yeah.
They're really
it's a bit
fucking
slower.
slow.
Yeah.
When this attack happened, I already got information out of Twitter of people who weren't there tweeting more or less, this didn't look like an accident because the driver didn't even try to brake.
Yeah. There was an eyewitness, a British eyewitness, talking to CNN who said basically the same thing. Yeah.
Oh, my girlfriend might want to join. Okay. I'll send her the invite as well in case she wants to join. But basically what we're doing here is just waiting for the news to unfold.
Yeah.
We don't know much ourselves. And we're definitely not experts. And most of us are German as far as I can see. Yeah,
By
the
the way,
Germans are...
Could you maybe put some of the articles that might get sent to you into the description? I think there might be people interested in that.
Yeah, sure. Well, what I'm following is... Oh, you mean into the description of the stream?
Yes.
Yeah, let me... Yeah, that might take a little while. I have to... Okay. Let me copy this shit in. Keep the people entertained. I have to do all of this now.
Sure.
Has anyone actually, not in America, by the way, because Americans call that they found the actual culprit straight away. Has anyone actually said that the person is the actual suspect, like they are the person who actually did the truck attack, or?
Well, the best source I've got for it is the Telegraph. I could look around for other sources on it.
the Telegraph say
das
so?
Berliner Ansatz said, hier im Nahbereich Breitfeld wurde eine verdächtige Person festgenommen. Ob es sich um den Fahrer des LKW handelt, wird derzeit geprüft. They said, they have captured a suspect, but they're not sure if it's the driver. So
Right, okay.
Yeah.
you have to stay put.
I got from the police Berlin. I got the message that that the co-driver was died there, and that they also that they had the suspect arrested, but they are not entirely sure if it's actually the the perpetrator.
Do we have any identity on the co-driver who died?
No, but apparently this is being reported by Germany's N24 TV, so that's the
Right.
source to go to.
I also got right now from the Tagesschau, which just shows how far they're behind everything. Führt die Spur nach Polen. Does the lead to Poland? even though we
Yes.
already know that. Well, yeah, it leads in a certain way. We already know that the truck was registered in Poland and that it was stolen today. You know,
At least
they're
they-
just
At
Yeah.
least they didn't drive into a radio station.
Polish terrorists. Ah, Jesus.
No.
Guys,
They're really fucking desperate.
You know what the really funny thing? Oh, hey.
sorry, my love. Can you explain to someone who doesn't know anything about what's going on the relationship between the Russian assassination and if there is one? I mean, I've literally just been doing shit for 2 hours.
The relation is Islam, probably.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Probably.
The bodyguard of the Russian ambassador to Turkey,
Yeah.
basically, during the middle of a press conference at an art gallery, he pulled a gun and shot the ambassador.
In the back.
It wasn't even a security guard. He was off duty. He just came in.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Yeah. Posing as a
and,
security guard.
Shot him while shouting Allahu Akbar. And it is said that he has done it for Aleppo. That we
Is it
shouldn't
possible
forget.
that it's just a horrendous coincidence, though? I mean, I know it's obviously both to do with Islam, but are they organized?
Yeah. No. I don't think that he
Well-
planned anything with the guys who just did this in Berlin, and I
Right.
don't think that he planned anything with what is going on in Switzerland right now.
I don't think we have confirmation that the Berlin truck attack was Islamic, but we can pretty much assume it was.
Okay.
I mean, the Germans here will know better what I'm talking about. Isn't it kind of, you know, that the prevailing stereotype of Polish people in Germany is that they steal cars, and we have a Polish truck.
In England, they just fucking build your kitchen. Like, it's so kind.
And now we have a Polish truck stolen by someone in Germany.
Wait,
Just
hang on.
wanted to
That's
point out the humor that.
It's kind of ironic. Like, yes, that's.
the Polish people we have in Wales are rather racist.
But
By the way,
with
do you know what
It's I don't know. Maybe in England they're nicer.
But with the events in Turkey, I would suspect that since Erdogan wants Greater Turkey to get some parts of Syria, and Russia kind of goes more or less all in on Syria since they have a military base there since before the civil war started, and that they will have, so to say, great shame if the only backed country by them in the Middle East falls, and that the assassination attempt is due to simply the conflict between Turkey wants to extend their borders and Russia wants to save Assad. And I think that's really motivated by by the geopolitical implications, how far Erdogan can spread or how far the Russian influence in the region can go. So that's, in my perception, more highly. I highly suspect some intelligence work behind that, not like in Berlin where it looks more like a PR for fear. Because you drive into a Christmas market, you want the people to be scared. It's simply the idea.
Hence terrorism.
Yes.
It's
By the way,
Oh.
I wonder.
overtly political in Turkey.
Schwab, I just wanted to address my Swiss friend. I sent you an invite. You can join this live stream if you want
Is it
to
Angry
inform us. No, it's not Angry Napoleon. He's a friend of mine. I think he's a biology student from. I don't know. He told me where it was from, but I forgot it. And it's probably better if I don't say it. That he's Swiss and he probably has better information on what is going on. I sent you the invite on Twitter if you want to join and inform us. Feel free to join us.
I don't know what the fuck is going on in Switzerland.
There was a shootout at an Islamic cultural center.
Okay. I did read that. Shit.
By the way, are you also suspecting that until Christmas it might actually get far worse than this?
Not necessarily, but
No, I'm
how
going
to
to say no.
Well,
the thing is something like ISIS in the region. If you have a state collapsing and you have a non-government zones where simply no government enforces some basic rules, you have a breeding ground for terrorism. Simply,
Sorry to interrupt. We've got a report from the BBC saying that the co-driver died at the scene.
Yes,
yes,
we know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if we knew like how immediate it was.
But I didn't know anything, so thank you very much, Izalu.
No, but
free no
with-
tweets by the police. Übernimmt die Ermittlungen. Der Beifahrer des LKW am Breitscheidplatz verstarb vor Ort. Im Nahbereich Breitscheid festgenommen.
guys,
Okay.
approximately for people tuning in and people like me who are woefully ignorant of the situation, what's the kind of approximate death toll?
9.
Right.
50 injured.
Yeah, 50 injured.
And the death toll is always conservative. It always ends up being larger. That's awful. Jesus.
Okay, federal prosecutor is taking over the place. Taking over the case. I just heard that on. I shouldn't be live streaming it, but I'm watching the news parallel to this. And when the federal prosecutor takes that over, it means that it probably was a terrorist attack. Otherwise, I don't see why the federal prosecutor would be taking this case.
No, it doesn't seem like the kind of thing you do for an accident.
No.
Does it usually take this long to ascertain a culprit? I mean, how long's it been since it actually happened?
I guarantee some people know who the culprit is, but they're not
Yes.
telling everyone.
Okay,
Apparently, the police is also telling people not to
post
post videos online.
What is the police saying?
The police apparently tells people not to post videos of the place online.
It's a bit late for that now. There was a live Periscope stream after the event. Someone just from an upstairs window, it's got a great view of the entire area.
Yeah, but well, that's what they are saying. Not so.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make sense at this point.
No.
I'm waiting for new information, but I'm not seeing anything.
Has
And
anyone
also say,
has anyone spoken about the Russian military plane that crashed in Siberia? Does anyone know about that? Or
Was this today?
Yeah. Abel told us that there was a terrorist attack in Iraq today.
Somalia.
Somalia, yeah.
But it happened, half day ago. And of course, between Pakistan and India in the Kashmir region, you got skirmishes since months, basically. Since ISIS emerged in Syria, it spread to basically every Muslim majority country. And you have those small incidents everywhere. But yeah, in Kashmir today also stuff happened.
Okay, the Christmas market hashtag is a bit ridiculous because it's mixed in with people just calling for prayers and stuff like this. Can you believe 4 years since we surveyed Cathedral Plaza in Worcester? Which I don't see
Not
what's
related
to what is going on. Yeah. Most of the stuff is just prayers.
Yeah, it's always going to be.
It's kind of a petty thing for me to say, but it annoys me when people say we're sending out our prayers.
Well, I kind of understand it. Like they want to feel like they want to get the impression that, or they want other people to have the impression that they care. They actually.
So also, you have to read prayers as just like another way of saying we're thinking of you. Which is
Yeah.
when it comes to social media, though, I mean, social media is a platform for performers. So it kind of just seems like people are like, "Oh, I'm such a good person," and to be honest, I think anyone who thinks about this twice would say, no, we shouldn't be showing our prayers or anything because that shows grievance and that's what the people want. Or at least that's the way I think about it.
Yes, but I mean, like, I can understand why it's a gesture of solidarity. And I can also understand why for people who are minimally religious, they say, I'm praying for you, just because they don't really know what else to say. And basically you just have to take it as a symbol of solidarity.
Do you know, I think there are those people, but then you have people who have... during the Nice attacks, for example.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
It was like the Nice attacks. Like everyone had like the French flag, you know, and it's the same for like Je suis Charlie. I mean, all these people had no idea who these people were. You know, I was a fan of Charlie Hebdo, and you know, seeing people who have no idea who these people are or know about the situation, who indulge in this.
I have no doubt that there is a degree of virtue signaling that happens with everyone, consciously or not. Like even if you are super mindful and try to suppress all of that crap, like it's gonna come out. Virtue signaling is your ego like expressing itself, and it's gonna happen.
I have to ask Abel, Maricon, and Hardy, Do you think if we start posting German flags now that we will be called Nazis?
Yes.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we would. It's
Actually, just found a
Kind of
tweet of
ridiculous.
someone saying that who complains about that people associate this with Islamism.
Oh yeah.
The thing is with the German flag, I mean, the World Cup, which took place in Germany, that changed a bit the perception of a German flag within Germany. But before that, it basically was like the right winger and take care, this is a bad person when there was a German flag around. And actually, the German flag nowadays refers to a revolution which tried to establish democracy in Germany in the 18th century.
I just found an amazing tweet and I have to share it with you. Wer nicht schuld am Holocaust ist, Hitler, Nazis, SS. Wer schuld ist... It translates to, it's the Germans' fault that the Holocaust happened, and therefore we shouldn't complain about what is going on in Berlin right now.
Jesus
Bloody hell.
Christ. Well, it is an egg. They're probably just trying to get reactions.
Well, I'm just going to retweet it anyway.
I've got footage here of the market before the crash, if anyone's interested.
Oh yes.
I'll retweet it.
Is
click on
this
it.
actually leading up to the crash?
No,
or?
I got to stress, this doesn't show the crash. It's just the
Right.
market before it happened.
Yeah,
I don't know how long before.
that'd be good to use, really.
I'm tweeting out, so you guys. I'll
Does
link it.
hang on, would it be able to show light on what exactly might have hit the truck? Or
I don't think so. I don't even know where in the market this is, but we can probably
Right.
figure it out.
right, I was hoping it might actually be in the area more than anything.
Hmm.
See, I did I did find a couple of journalists who were in the area who were reporting on it, but it seems that most of them kind of went home or didn't really do much afterwards after they reported on the initial attack.
I would imagine that the police are getting to the stage where they've locked everything down now, and that they're
Oh, it is already locked down.
yeah.
Yeah.
They've been tweeting out already that don't get near the Breitscheidplatz.
Yeah.
It's in lockdown. Oh, my flatmate just came back. I have to inform him. I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, you guys, what you were saying about the German flag before. I remember I only recently saw that footage. I don't know if you've seen it of Merkel. She's like on stage somewhere, having given some kind of address, and someone's like on the stage with her and starts waving a German flag, and she like turns and like takes it down and like rips it out of their hands and like shakes her head, and like it's very bizarre. Do you know what I'm talking about?
You're talking about German
but,
guild.
but this video that actually comes from the CDU, that the party Merkel belongs from the party day, and it's kind of frowned upon if she would take, so to say, on the internal party day of her party, the flag and waving it, it would be seen as a little bit Napoleonistic,
Yeah.
you know, like to be overconfident and to
Okay.
wave the
Oh, I
flag.
see. Right.
So-
I mean, I had no idea of the context. I remember thinking, God, it's quite bizarre to see, you know,
Yeah,
the
indeed.
leader of a
indeed.
country. Yeah, it was a weird thing to see, but I didn't know the context. I was just interested.
Well-
Okay. No, my flatmate didn't know what was going on. He was taking a walk with his girlfriend. I just found this tweet under the hashtag truck drivers. We're looking for truck drivers. Merkel-
Ow.
we're hiring truck drivers. Merkel gives tips to refugees on how to get that job.
Don't
Oh no.
retweet it, please.
What?
Don't retweet it.
Yeah, you had today.
No,
also-
Just fucking contain yourself for once and don't retweet it.
Okay, Kraut, like it and I'll retweet it.
Oh, fuck you both. Who's like, you're so bad influence on him.
yeah, you
Oh,
had
God.
today.
No, this is too glorious not to tweet out. It's just fucking amazing. Damn it.
Fine, do what you want to.
Well, you have to go, Kraut.
Sorry, you know the person who shot the Russian ambassador? Was he shot himself?
Yes, I think he was on the scene.
That explains the why he's dead in this image.
Okay, I haven't seen that. Could you link it?
Sure. It's by Mike Cernovich, so take that with as much salt as you get from Hillary supporters. Right. Where should I put? I'll just
in the Hangout chat here.
Okay. And I'm trying to find out which bloody tab it is.
Yeah, I got the video of the Russian ambassador being shot, but I don't know if I should spread that one. I don't know.
Well, I've seen the video, so it's okay. Actually, the uncensored video.
Yeah, same here.
Hashtag Truckgate.
No. Truckgate, really?
Truck of peace.
There's
Truck of peace. Yeah, yes, I
so
like
many
it.
terror attacks. by-
Hashtag Not All Truckers.
Oh.
Can we do that, please?
That is beautiful.
Hashtag not all Christmas markets.
Oh, shut up.
No, hashtag yes all Christmas markets. Hashtag not all truckers.
Clearly, the Christmas market was an oppressor.
Am I roboting, by the way?
No, you're
It kind of reminds me of videos from Satan, the Truck of Peace. Does anyone know them? Those?
yeah.
Oh, people are saying
Right,
hashtag Not All Autobots. Autobots? Oh, Autobots. Sorry, I can't read. Truck of Peace. Not all trucks. Optimus Prime. Oh yeah, that's Sargon of Akkad video where they were saying it's a truck attack. Right. Oh,
Speaking
actually,
of-
they're doing the same. To be fair.
Yeah, everyone that made made commentary about the truck has got more ammo now. Speaking of Sargon, he's just put out a tweet, which is quite good. So I checked Reza Aslan's Twitter feed, and apparently a truck of peace delivered to a Berlin market, and a Russian ambassador hacked himself.
Not bad.
I'm more interested in who the suspects are. Like, were they Syrian? Were they North Africans? Were they Germans? We don't know yet.
Were they Germans?
Yeah, Germans in the sense of second, third generation
Yeah,
Turkish
okay,
or so
yeah.
immigrants.
Yeah, right.
Hardy is one. Hardy. I don't know if you're Lebanese or Turkish or something like that.
No, I'm actually half Syrian, half Palestinian.
Okay. Half Palestinian. Yeah.
That's
Half German, half Palestinian.
No, half Syrian.
Oh, I just got one of my
okay.
old followers back. Hello, Hugo.
So what was the question?
Let's face it. It's a North Korean. That's who did this truck.
Oh
Gonna
goodness, no.
shake things up.
Yeah.
Someone posted an image saying, "I am Berlin."
Of course.
Yeah, as what? I don't know why people do this.
When the Paris attack happened,
Oh no.
I still had a
Daily
Facebook. What?
The Daily Mail are calling it the Berlin Xmas terror.
Oh God.
To be fair to the Mirror, they were the first people to report on it, and so
Who?
the Mirror,
Actually,
the first British outlet to report on it was the
what
Mirror.
what about the Telegraph, Guardian?
No, even before them, like it was only literally a line. It was literally one line, but the Mirror was.
Did they
first-
tweet that out? I'm guessing they didn't publish it on their website.
I have more information about truck, but I don't know what source this is. Someone tweeted an image. The lorry belongs to a Polish haulage company and is registered in Gdańsk. According to local media reports, the owner of the company, named only as Ariel Z, gave an interview to Polish radio TVN24 on Monday evening, saying his cousin had been traveling to Berlin in the lorry. He wanted to spend the night in the city, Ariel said, adding he could not imagine his cousin causing the crash as he had 15 years of driving experience.
Of what experience? Driving experience?
15 years of driving experience. Apparently, his cousin gave an interview. But I don't know which source it is.
Well, the police is kind of. Do you remember the attack in Bavaria, and where the internal minister? It only took them 2 hours to come out, hold a press conference, and dish out all the facts. just cold, blatantly, without any consideration of the political implications of it. Just bang, out with the facts. And I hope that we will see that happen here again, hopefully.
I doubt it.
Because it's Berlin. Because it's the regressive capital of Germany.
Even though they would try to get it out as soon as possible, I think they're probably too, how to say, incompetent. I don't know. Berlin is a hard place. There's a lot of, like, if Berlin would be an independent state, it would be a failed state.
Yes.
I mean, they just recently announced that they found a way to get the overpopulation in prisons down. They just released people earlier from prison.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yes. And I mean,
Genius. Why did I not think of that earlier?
yes. And I don't know, that's just Berlin. Like, I don't know.
Its finances are also pretty fucked.
Yes.
Why is it so fucked? Like, what did it do wrong?
Just years of bad policies.
I'm guessing you get the same thing in lots of big cities. You get too much corruption.
Not necessarily, because Hamburg, for example, is that there's 3 independent city-states, autonomous city-states in Germany. Hamburg, Bremen, and Berlin. And Bremen and Hamburg are doing fairly well, to be honest. Hamburg is actually the second most successful economic state in Germany, or the third most successful. But Berlin is just a dumpster fire.
Yes, literally. I mean, normally in a country, the capital city kinda pulls some weight in the GDP. And actually in Germany, the GDP would go up if Berlin would just leave Germany. So that's rather unusual and rather not so good, you could say.
Have we ascertained the state of the? I've got a tweet here saying probably Polish driver was murdered before the terrorist attack in Berlin.
Really?
Oh,
Apparently, there's no source, but that's what it says.
so we had a
Well,
dead.
I got an.
Where's the source from?
I had a Polish guy tweeting at me that the Polish company that owns the truck said that it got stolen earlier today.
So what
they
about
were-
the man who was originally driving it, or did he steal it? I'm guessing he didn't steal it from the building itself. Would they keep the trucks?
I think this is just someone supposing what happened. This is not
Oh,
actually
right.
official. So
Okay,
never mind.
police. The German police tweeted out a suspicious person was arrested near Breitscheidplatz. Whether it is the driver of the truck is currently under consideration.
Okay.
Is that where you're getting our updates from? Where's the best sources?
Okay, the guy. The source I'm getting it from is the official Twitter account of. Let me share my screen again. The official Twitter account of the Berlin police.
Yeah.
The passenger of the truck who drove to the Christmas market at Breitscheidplatz died on the spot. Bitte verbreiten Sie keine Videos zum Ereignisort im Netz. Sie schützen. Okay, that's of course understandable. Please don't share videos that you made at the place of the incident because you might harm the privacy of the victims, which is of course understandable. I have to say that.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to start fucking with people's lives.
By the way, I'm pretty certain that account got like 5,000 followers over the past hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's.
I posted the Berlin police in English in the side chat. They're also updating that, not as frequent as the other one, but yes, it's at police Berlin _e. Don't know. Posted in the
My
chat.
flatmate used to work in Berlin as a barkeep.
By the way, how many has there been any new accounts of how many people died so far?
9.
Last count.
Yeah, still 9 as far as I can tell.
Okay.
I don't know if this is in addition to that 9, but I've just read that 2 more have died.
11.
So it might be 11. Yeah.
And presumably
Where did you read
know
it?
if they're children.
I'm on the Daily Mail at the moment, and that's how I got onto this hashtag. Because I went on to the Berlin Christmas, and it seems that Daily Mail seems to really have the most amount of attention on this line.
I'm going to look for some more information regarding the Switzerland thing.
Do.
read about that is that the suspect is on large.
Sorry, could I ask about the child bomber? What was going on with that? Or was that
Oh, the
actually
12-year-old kid. Yeah, a 12-year-old kid built a nail bomb and tried to blow up a Christmas market, and he didn't build a proper enough bomb, so to speak. It didn't go off.
The trigger didn't work.
That happened in November, however. It happened in November, and the investigation found the kid last week. And there's not going to be any criminal procedures because he's 12, but the parents might lose custody.
Yeah.
That's all that is coming out of that.
Doesn't he go into some kind of special juvenile unit or anything?
Yes.
The-
Psychological counseling, etc., etc. That boy will not have a good use growing up. He will be constantly monitored.
I know that we have something similar in the UK. Sorry, I don't know where it happened, but in the UK we have a thing called Prevent, and they mainly deal with things like radicalization. So it'd probably be something similar to what Prevent does. I don't know if you know who Prevent are.
I know of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they've spoken to me about radicalization, and that was a fun interview I had with them.
Okay, the shootout happened in a mosque in Switzerland, in the city of Zurich, that is mainly visited by Somali migrants and immigrants. 3 victims who are 30, 35, and 56-year-old, injured, not dead. One of them, the 30-year-old, was severely injured and had to be taken to hospital. The 56-year-old was also severely injured and had to be taken to hospital urgently. Obviously, all of them had to be taken to hospital. And the assailant is 30 years old, was wearing dark clothes, and is on the run.
Well, no one
So
died.
he hasn't even been caught yet.
What about sort of
A dead
death
body
in-
was found in Gessnerbrücke, near the mosque. But they don't know if it is false yet.
How long does it usually take for ISIS to claim any involvement after an attack?
Immediately.
The thing about
Immediately.
ICE is that when they claim like loads of things, though, when it's not, like, for example, JFK Airport, when there wasn't even anything going on, they claimed.
Yeah, I know they do that when it's even there's been no contact and
Yeah.
they don't even know the ideologies in line with theirs. But I mean, so far ISIS hasn't said that it's to do with them.
Might be past their bedtime.
So far, I
Yeah, well-
didn't saw anything from official ISIS accounts.
Okay.
Let's be honest, ISIS is on the back foot right now. They're being
For
beaten
sure,
in
but
their
that
war.
kind of they're completely on the back foot, but that kind of leads me to think that they'd be more desperate, more likely. I mean, like, for instance, they claimed the Ohio thing like 20 minutes after it fucking broke.
Yeah, although with Ohio, didn't he had also official statement pledging allegiance to ISIS?
Yeah, I think he did actually pledge
But
allegiance to
Here's
ISIS.
Here's something new. The
There was
Polish
no
truck
confirmed
driver.
contact between them. There was no contact between them. He was a lone wolf. I mean, he was acting according to their ideology and in the name of ISIS, but they weren't instructing him. And it's interesting that, like, very, very shortly after the attack, ISIS were willing to claim the whole thing. But so far, we haven't heard that from this attack.
I did look at.
I just wanted to say the Polish truck driver hasn't been available since 4 p.m. German time, meaning, yeah, he went missing with the truck essentially.
I'm looking at the I'm looking at the ISIS feeds, and it seems that there's no actual direct claim from ISIS, but people are calling it that ISIS has taken credit for this. So, but
Do we
then,
know if the actual driver was a Muslim? Do we know that yet?
We don't know that. We only know that there's a Polish truck driver missing. And
There's an update
Yeah.
from the Washington Post. ISIS takes credit for fatal truck attack on Berlin.
Right, there we go. Well, the Washington
sorry,
Post.
could you press it in the chat or in the hangout? Sorry.
Yeah, well, it's,
That's. I mean, the Washington Post is pretty reliable. Let's have a look.
here you go.
The problem that I'm having at the moment with a lot of American news outlets when it comes to this is that they don't really have any ruling to say that they can't call something when it's only like suspected or speculated to be. That's like my main problem when it comes to American media.
I know what you mean, but there are various news publications in America, like the New York the New York Times, the New Yorker, and the Washington Post, that tend to be
yeah, they tend to be, but you know, for example, when it came to what happened in Brooklyn not too long ago in that bombing, the moment they got a suspect, they said we got him, and basically made it out that he was the one who was the culprit. Now, yes, it did turn out that he was the one who did it, but even then, there are certain liability laws that we have in Britain, and they are there for a good reason.
Right.
Guys,
Okay,
Sorry.
apparently there's a Washington Times article which says that ISIS takes credit for the truck attack.
yeah, I found footage of the scene after the attack.
I don't want to see that because I saw it before. It's usually the footage that I've seen shows a lot of blood splatter and twisted, mangled bodies. I don't
That's
want to
fine.
show that on my stream.
That's
By the
fine.
way,
Yeah.
I'm tweeting it if anyone wants to
if
see
you
it.
see such pictures, play Tetris afterwards. It lowers the chance of you getting troubled by the images. Play Tetris after you see bad events, or you have been involved in bad events. Play Tetris. There's a scientific research that actually lowers the chances of getting PTSD. Play Tetris. Stay
Regardless
safe.
of whether that's true or not, let's not put it on this stream. And
Yeah.
let people
Yeah, because
if they want to
it
look
could
at
get the stream taken down anyway.
Yeah.
Let's not get into
People
trouble.
Go and look it up if they want to look it up, but there's no need for us to
Yeah.
stream.
I've retweeted it if anyone wants to see it.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now, and the guy's actually gone, like the driver at least, has gone quite far through. So, and honestly, like looking at the stores as well, obviously, that would explain where the wood came from.
Yeah.
But I'd be more interested in knowing where exactly it hit to knock down certain.
I just got the report that the internal senator, the Senate Councilor for Internal Affairs, which is pretty much the Secretary for Internal Affairs or the Minister of Internal Affairs for the city of Berlin, said the motivations of the suspect are yet unclear.
Yeah.
But the only thing that I'm going to say to this, I'm just fucking happy that the federal prosecutor is taking over this case.
Yes.
Because I don't want incompetent Berlin authorities managing this. And I mean, Abel and Maricon will know what I mean. It's good that the federal prosecution is handling this and not the fucking Berlin authorities and their incompetence.
Yes.
But yeah.
Oh, for God's sake.
But I mean, in general, ISIS is on the default, so to say. They're losing ground and ground. As horrible as that is to say, but as long as they don't suppress local civilians and raise taxes and organize their small state, they have more resources up to make terrorist attacks. Specifically in the Middle Eastern area, but also abroad. So, how to say, the more they are on the defense, the more attacks in a similar manner you're actually gonna see,
Yeah.
or at least attempted attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of lone wolf attacks as ISIS starts to peter out.
This is the death road.
Yeah, because right now it's basically an animal that's cornered.
Yes.
It's gonna fight. It's gonna fight as hard as it can.
There's two differences though between obviously members of ISIS, is that you have them in groups, and usually they're easier to intervene when they are in groups. When they're lone wolves, as you say, they can go off at any point. They're loose cannon. So it's not. I don't think that it's that people don't know about like these things. I don't think the authorities don't know about these people committing these acts. It's just obviously when you have these individuals, it's very hard, and it's just as hard as perhaps not as hard. Obviously, they're migrating over, but it's going to be difficult to pinpoint what exactly they're going to do if they don't really have any network or anything with other people.
Yeah,
and that's why we have problems with like domestic terrorism.
That's a good point. For instance, if somebody radicalizes and wants to join ISIS to fight there on the ground, it usually takes for over 50% of the people less than a year to come to the point to book a ticket to Syria or to Iraq for that matter. So for the authorities, it's extremely hard to actually get behind who wants to leave the country or wants to make a lone wolf attack. So that's
I just watched a video that someone sent me that someone filmed on scene. I'm not going to share it. It shows ripped off legs and shit. So and a lot of blood everywhere. So I'm thinking that the death toll will probably rise a lot.
I think that's the one that I just tweeted out.
Yeah, there's a lot of. It's honestly a lot of blood.
Rod,
Yes.
could you send me the video?
What?
I'll link it. Hold on.
Could you send me the video?
Oh,
Yes,
I'm looking at
Jesus,
the
I
one
just-
just shared now.
That's the
I
video.
have to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me put the tweet. Let me send it to you. What else is there to say? Yeah, that sounds a bit silly, but I've been following the account of Justin Trudeau because I can't wait to see his ridiculous reaction.
Everyone
to do
has
with
a bad
trucks.
day, guys. This guy was having a bad day, and we just have to be a bit more understanding of stress.
yeah, the Russian hackers hacked the navigation system of the truck.
Oh my god, did you see that Australian article?
Yeah.
Oh,
Which one?
Fucks. Okay,
yeah.
wait, I'll look it up for Abel because he probably hasn't seen it yet. It's amazing. Don't tell him.
Oh,
I'm gonna
He
be
has
honest.
to see it himself.
I'm gonna be honest, Lydia. I think if Trudeau had his way, he'd probably put all the Muslims into therapy,
Yeah,
treat them for
Okay.
depression.
yeah. And it would, God knows how much it would cost. It wouldn't matter. One-on-one therapy with the top therapist.
I mean, you'd lose half the therapists to stress-related incidents.
Yes, probably.
Yes.
And you have them all in deep hypnosis. And
I can imagine like a lot of the therapists going missing, and they end up like a fucking week later decapitated with like a suicide note written in a language they don't speak.
And then a quarter of the therapists would be actually radicalized.
Yeah, Trudeau would have
Okay.
about
Abel,
their mum and how their mum fucked them up. That would be the
Abel, are you ready for this?
The Freudian approach to terrorism.
Abel, okay. Russia attacks in Europe to make Angela Merkel lose Germany.
Craig.
Apparently, it's completely robotic, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Russia may organize migrant sex attacks in Europe to make Angela Merkel lose German elections.
Oh my god.
Oh, please do share that. Where is that? Where can I find this article?
I'm going to put the link into the site chat so you can enjoy this masterpiece yourself.
Yeah,
I
I
just
saw
want to
this.
rip into it because
glorious.
you just need to read the fucking title. That's all you need to know.
There's also reports that Russia may have been involved in hacking the UK referendum.
No.
Well, obviously
God,
no. I
this-
mean, it was paper ballots anyway, but they're using Russia to blame everything that's happened recently.
Yeah, what is Nick?
Anything but the idea that the people aren't with us.
Okay, this is amusing. The German Twitter account for the Berlin police is tweeting angrily at a newspaper, saying you are sharing the wrong number in your article. Because there's a hotline you can call if you have information, and apparently the paper Stern published the wrong number to call.
Copy
But yeah.
pasting is really hard.
They accidentally put in the print the Chinese shop next door. Sorry, by Chinese shop I mean Chinese takeaway. Yeah.
Oh, the driver is of Arab descent, according to Bild.
Oh,
I'm
That's a
shocked, quite
tabloid.
frankly.
yeah, that's not good.
That doesn't surprise me.
Then again, in the Paris attack, weren't there reports at the scene of people shouting Allahu Akbar? We didn't get that this time. So, I mean,
Wait.
that's an oddity at least.
Wait, I thought the guy who did the truck attack, I mean, was he shouting at the window and that's how people heard it? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
oh, right, okay.
So I just found this tweet, but I don't know how serious I can take this. This is apparently the assignment to some, but I'm not sure if I can take this serious. Let me go to Bild again and see what they have to say. Bild is essentially the German version of the Sun. It's a stinking shitty little tabloid.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't really trust anything the Sun says.
And every time I go to Bild, everything starts to robot.
I think it's actually when you start to share your screen.
Okay.
Hey, any Germans here? What does Glühwein mean?
That's
Mulled wine.
Random.
Mulled wine.
Ah, that makes sense. Yeah, someone commented on the gory picture saying that's probably just mulled wine.
Yeah, Glühwein and mulled wine are the same thing. Isn't that right, Kraut?
Yeah, we talked about that.
Look at her smiling.
N24 just had an update. I think, or probably not actually. I don't know if this is somebody just sharing it again or. No, never mind.
I have to close a few of these tabs. I have too many tabs open.
So,
Tabs. Far too many tabs. But there's significantly less people dead than there was in Nice, and at least that is a positive thing. At least for now.
Probably because there wasn't as many people who tried to stand in the way of a truck.
Yeah, and
Well,
also,
hang on. How fast was the truck in Nice going though?
Oh, the truck in Nice went down a highway, was speeding up across along the highway, and then plowed into the middle of a festivity.
And obviously that's different because this one was only going 40 miles per hour, which is why
According
there's so
to
many
the eyewitness.
injuries.
Yes, but also in Nice, people actually tried to stand in the way of a truck and tell the driver to stop.
Yeah, wasn't it? They had also people trying to get into the driver's seat as well to stop it. Because they thought that it was actually a truck out of control. They didn't actually expect it to be a terrorist attack.
yeah, I saw a video of some guy on a motorbike trying to open the door, but he failed.
The French really had the shittiest year in the Western world.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, what's this?
Where was the source that someone mentioned just now that the driver was Arab?
The Bild, a tweet, but it's someone who claims Bild says that the driver was Arab, but I just went to Bild and found no confirmation for that, so I'm going to disregard this information as based on nothing.
I couldn't find anything on Google. But...
Yeah, so if the information comes to me and I can't find anything backing it up, I have to disregard it.
Yeah, of course.
There's also so far no press conference announcement or anything.
There have been interviews, but obviously they're in German, so I didn't know what they're saying.
well, can we get someone to translate them?
I don't think Kraut could stream them, but I could probably get you a link to one.
Yeah.
Here's one. This is being live streamed, so I'm not sure how much longer.
Please.
Here's one.
Kraut,
Yes, what? Sorry.
have you seen any interviews from people there?
Oh, yeah, I've seen calls and interviews, people who said it didn't look like an accident because the driver didn't try to brake.
Right. Okay.
I mean, German media is at this point still saying we don't know, still saying that it's not sure if it was an attack or not. But by now, I think it pretty much. I would be really surprised if this ends up not being an attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here. Although I sincerely apologize if I assumed wrongly that it is a Muslim extremist terrorist attack, but simply the sheer frequency makes it rather odd if it's not.
Yeah.
Has anyone actually heard anything about the truck coming from Italy?
No,
Because apparently the truck was...
Apparently it was heading there.
Yeah, and apparently that... I don't know if that was maybe where it got intervened, like maybe somewhere along that line. Or...
that's somewhat weird. Because if you have to go to Italy from Poland...
I also saw...
No, I think the delivery was supposed to go to Italy, so we don't know like if it was actually.
I saw
I
someone
don't know.
say...
It would be interesting to know the route because that might.
Yeah. Well, the route goes through Frankfurt and the Oder. Of course, all the highways combine in Berlin, but you don't go to the city center of Berlin. You drive past Berlin when you go to Italy.
Guys,
The highways, they kind of combine around Berlin, but they only go in circles around Berlin.
Why?
this might be important. I saw a tweet just now. I can't remember what it was. I'll try and find it. That said that the destination of the truck, the destination that was known about from its source, was a series of Muslim-related places. I'll try and find the tweet that said that.
Do we know these places or?
No.
Right.
And we don't
The
know
tweet
where
didn't
it's
mention
going
it.
from.
Do you know what, I'm just going to share in the because what I just found out about that where it was coming from Italy was from a Sky News report. I don't know if Sky News has just got it on print somewhere, but it was a correspondent who said it. That's what brought it up because I've not seen that written down anywhere, but it does seem that might be plausible.
Reports in Berlin that the Polish driver of the truck was killed by the Islamic terrorists and left in the cab before the attack.
Really?
Got that? Yeah. Actually, that's true. That the co-driver might have been the person who was actually driving the truck originally, who didn't die on the scene but was dead already.
That's
Okay, Abel will know what I'm talking about. The Polish embassy is going to be furious over this. They're going to be all over the German government because of this, because every time something bad happens to Polish people in Germany, the Polish government is just all over us.
Yes, and I don't know why at all. Like, there has never ever happened anything bad from Germans toward Polish people at all. I really don't know why.
They really get pissed off about it if it's nothing to do with a German person.
Well, the thing is, the Polish government. I remember. I think it was 4 years ago when the Polish Prime Minister visited Germany, and he threw a massive tantrum over the fact that he couldn't get Polish TV channels in Germany at his hotel. So the Polish people, they get upset about everything that is German.
Right.
Did you know that?
Since then, every time a Polish person dies on German soil, it's the Germans' fault.
I think I can explain that very simple. Methanol, that the poisonous alcohol.
Yeah.
The Polish call it in slang only for Germans.
Really? Is there a beef between you guys?
No.
I wouldn't say so. I think there's a beef of Polish people towards us.
But
yeah,
I find it kind of cute. I don't know. Only for German people. I don't know. I find it funny.
The thing is also that I'm okay. When considering that the Polish person got killed here, this means that the Polish are going to get involved in this as well. And if some German media outlet just goes and says, "Oh, this has nothing to do with Islam," you can bet that the Polish are going to get upset about this as well. Oh, die vulgäre Analyse is in the chat. I have to send him an invite as well.
Oh,
Die vulgäre Analyse.
Yes.
I wanted to ask actually. So the way that the to Italy now, could it actually have been that someone intercepted the truck in Germany? It could have been I don't know,
I think so.
somebody there, because that would make more sense. Because I don't think that it would be somebody in Poland and then committing the act all the way in Germany. That just seems a bit far.
Odd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although possible, wasn't there a fake terror attack, or somebody tried to make a bomb in Poland, which was a right winger who wanted to blame it on Muslims a couple of months ago, but it rarely happens in general.
I remember that.
No, but with Polish government blaming something on Germans.
Yeah,
The thing is, within the EU, it's how to say, it's normal that you say everything which is bad in your country comes from the EU or from your neighbors, and everything good comes from your policies. So it's kind of I don't know, normal to blame your neighbors or the EU.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah. And also Britain has a sort of weird policy against Polish people right now. Well, like, not policy, but there's a distinct bias against Poles in the UK at the moment because there are so many Polish people in the UK.
Yeah, my cousin married a one from UK, and she voted for the referendum, for out, because she lives in Corby, and it's apparently overrun by Polish people.
It's extraordinary, the number of Polish people in this country. And on the whole, like, I mean, one encounters a lot of Polish people if you live in this country, and they're always doing something useful, employed on the whole. I've got to say, like, you know, you can't just say that they're coming over here to take advantage of the NHS and the benefits, because they tend to come over here and get jobs. Admittedly, jobs that could be had by British people, I see that argument, but like, they're not just here dossing, but they are everywhere, and they work fucking hard, and they work for a lot less. And so I promise you, every time you need anything fixed in your house or whatever, you get a Polish person around to do it.
Yeah, and they're
better, they're polite, they're hardworking, they're industrious, they're skilled.
yes.
Okay, I just noticed something. The guy who just joined us, you will call him Shlomo or Vulgaire Analyse. He currently seems to have joined us under his real name, and I don't want you to say his real name.
It's not my real name. It's a fake too.
Oh, okay, good. Can you guess, Shlomo and Abel? Can you guess who a certain few friends of ours are already blaming?
Yes, the Drachen.
Okay, yeah, just to explain to our audience, this guy is essentially the German version of Samuel Haidt. Rainer.
Yeah, Metal Leute.
Hey, I found the tweets about the destination of the truck, by the way. I've asked for a source on this, and he hasn't responded yet, but this is just what he's saying to someone on Twitter. Polish news say truck was parked at 12, as was unable to be unloaded. Last contact with driver 4 p.m. Business where truck was to deliver was apparently mostly Muslim staffed. Iraqi monitors say ISIS claim responsibility, which we already know. So we can maybe have a look at Polish news, see if they've mentioned this.
Yeah, I really hope it was Islamic, because I already called it like 3 hours ago.
That's the danger about calling these things in advance. That's why I don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had this idea about the Islamic truck of tolerance with a Christmas hat, so I couldn't resist.
Actually, a lot of people probably had that idea.
Yeah, like at this point, I don't think I would be surprised, and I don't think anyone would be surprised. But yeah, it could be. There is still that fleeting possibility that it isn't a
Polish business.
jihadist.
Polish business confirms contact with the driver broke up at 16:00, and his cousin tried to reach the driver but wasn't able to do so. The driver didn't go to the phone. The truck was supposed to go to Italy from Poland with a stop in Berlin. So here you have the Polish business to who the truck belongs confirming it. Yeah, it looks like a hijacking.
Yeah.
Someone stole the truck, probably murdered the Polish driver.
I think I just found the next cancer hashtag.
Oh, which one?
Cats instead of speculation.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, that's one of those hashtags that's going to die off.
We can only...
Oh, I see. So they're trying to post bullshit to crowd out people saying it was Islamic.
Yeah.
Sorry, what are they saying? I was reading something.
Okay, Berlin police just confirms that the situation has been secured.
Okay. Do we know approximately where the truck was hijacked?
No. Okay. We don't know nothing about that. To be honest, we only just found out that the truck was hijacked.
We don't know nothing. Crowd English. We don't know anything.
We don't know anything. Okay.
Well, I don't know nothing about this, but
look, all I can say is that they were all thugs. All right, all these people were thugs.
Yeah. But the important thing is we don't know nothing.
And they didn't do nothing.
And if they didn't do nothing, we don't know nothing.
The number of injured people has risen to 59.
Crowd's moving on.
Yes, I don't. Okay, yeah. You're one of the few persons who can correct my grammar, and I won't get upset
My
about
love,
it.
when you are bilingual and like not just bilingual but speak English better than most English people, you have got to take it when you occasionally get it wrong.
Okay, I will. I will take.
You
I
do.
always
You
take
speak
it
better
anyway.
than like most like me. You just got to accept it when I occasionally pick you up on your beautiful grammar.
I got some numbers to the terror in the within the EU in 2015. You got 150 persons killed in jihadist terrorist attacks in the EU. You had a significant increase, and you had 687 of in total 1,079 terrorist attacks planned, and people arrested before doing their terrorist attack were related to jihad. So 687 attacks. So the majority is simply jihadist orientated, inspired, whatever you want to call it. But the assumption that this one is also, I don't know, jihadist attack is not far-fetched based on statistics.
Sorry, apparently the report about the truck's destination was from a station in Poland called TVP.
TVP.
Yeah, I mean,
There's nothing I can do with that.
No.
No, well, I mean, I was going to go look for them, but
Yeah.
look for the source.
I mean, we knew that this was a Polish thing hours before the media in Germany did, because, yeah, through social media we got contacts with Polish people, and the Polish found it out earlier
But I
than
don't
we
really
did.
understand why would Poland know about it before anyone else just because it was a Polish driver.
Well, apparently they interviewed the driver. Not the driver, the owner.
I was gonna say the dead driver.
Yeah.
Right, got it. Okay.
That's what I've been told, but I'm on the site now and I found the story. I'm just looking for it.
Okay, keep going.
I will.
I mean, it would be a really big surprise if this would not be Islamic, because a Christmas market, I think ISIS especially said to attack Christmas markets and to attack Berlin. So
I agree.
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay, I think I've got it. This is a direct translation from Polish, so it's not going to sound right. I'll just read it verbatim. Ariel Zurowski, or something, owner of the shipping company that owns the truck, said on TVP Info the driver informed him about hours 16, so 4 p.m. I guess, that is located in a neighborhood where most residents are Muslims. I don't know what is refers to there, but yeah, apparently that is being reported legitimately.
Yeah, and that inspired him to do a right-wing extremist attack.
Those damn conservatives.
Yes.
Those Nazis, they hate the Christmas markets.
Yes.
Those
Yes.
damn Christians bombing Christmas markets.
Right. Always at
I'm
it.
not. The number of injured has now risen to 70.
Oh,
How?
From 9? Oh, sorry. So it's okay. It's injured.
Injured, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, have they just retallied or? Like
Well, it's probably hard at the beginning to
These
determine what is
things
going on.
always
Right,
go
right.
up. They always
Yeah,
go
yeah.
up. It's like when you hear about an earthquake and it's like, oh, it's always like 40 and then
Well,
it's like,
earthquake's kind of different because you don't know who's really involved in it. What about the death toll? Because obviously I heard like a bit ago that there were 2 more deaths. I mean, do we know much more about that or?
No, I haven't read anything about that either.
Mm.
I think it's still at 9. Hasn't gone up in a while.
Yeah, because I've not really found anything else around that. It just seemed to be the one that said it, and I couldn't really seem to find anything else.
when the actual truck struck, what time was it in Germany?
8 p.m.
Right. See, what worries me is like 8 p.m. at a Christmas market, there are going to be children.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
especially
That's
here.
what- yeah. Like, not that it's not fucked up enough for people to die, but like if children die, that's a mess.
I find it funny that FC Nürnberg is still trending in Germany. Like,
you get your priorities straight, you know.
no, but well, it's not being censored like it was after the Nice attack, where the hashtags trending in Germany are Breitscheidplatz, FC Nürnberg, Pray for Berlin, Terror, Anschlag, Polish, Ankara, Berlin Christmas, Turkey, Berliner. so it's not being censored. But I find it funny that more Germans are still tweeting about football, about the terrorist attack.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I just found the first recent instance of terrorism has no religion hashtag.
Ah, sweet.
man.
But the Islamic terrorists do.
Yeah. That the thing is, yes, terrorism has no religion, but the thing is, all other religions are recently behaving relatively good.
Actually,
That's
I think the tweet that got the most retweets, like from the ones that I did, was the one where it said terrorism has no religion, but one particular religion has a lot of terrorism.
Yeah.
Dr. Lehman is going to join us probably. Hopefully, I guess.
Can anyone here read and do a proper translation of Polish?
No.
My Polish is not that fluent.
I've got someone on Twitter who might be able to do it for me.
Oh my god, there's a moth!
Okay, shit, they're really bringing out all the classics.
It's a moth.
Okay,
I
Lehman.
just slayed the moth. I killed the moth. We're fine.
I was actually, I was about to say, because obviously Radkos is in the cabal and he's Polish, so
That's true. I'll ask him if this other guy on Twitter doesn't.
oh, fair enough.
Yeah, if you need someone to drop
Oh,
out.
Radkos is in the voice chat. That's why I brought him up.
Okay.
The,
Thanks.
the hashtag cats instead of hatred is really a thing in Germany.
God.
It really is a thing. Yeah?
I killed my worst enemy.
Show it to us.
You don't understand. It's my only phobia.
Is it a
Moths.
mouse?
No, it's a
No,
fucking
it's moth.
Oh, right.
I don't give a shit about mice or rats or fucking spiders or snakes. Love snakes. Totally fine. Moths, my only thing. And I just slayed
Yeah.
one.
You're a warrior princess.
There's one thing I get with moths is I try and like trap them with a 2-liter bottle of Coke.
Kill
So,
them!
so it's an empty one. No, I trap it. I trap it inside it. Then I put the cap on it, and then I shake the bottle.
Okay.
It's an execution
I
method.
admire that about you. I mean, like, I don't kill things in general. It's just moths, and they are undead butterflies. They are a corruption
Abel,
of
Yes.
everything good, and I
look at
fucking
this.
hate them.
The hashtag Katzen statt Hass, cats instead of hatred, combined with Breitscheidplatz and Berlin lockdown. All the tweets under this hashtag are done by 2 accounts.
Yeah, the thing is, at the Republica, that's you could say social justice warrior event with also media folk gathering together in Berlin. They actually planned last year that when there's a terror attack happening, that they will counter, so to say, the terror with humor, and that they need to have a good counter hashtag going on. And I highly suspect that the people involved in that hashtag are somehow related to the Republika. It was the same with ISIS bekennt sich, when there was the Ansbach attack in Germany with the suicide bomber who killed 1 person, if I remember right, or 1 person injured.
I think
No,
only
he
in
only killed himself. He only. I remember what you're talking about. That was hilarious. When there's a social justice warrior organization in Germany for the audience. It's called the Republika, and yeah, they pretty much decided that they would start stupid hashtags during terrorist attacks to distract people, and they started the hashtag ISIS bekennt sich, which means ISIS claims responsibility for after the Ansbach terror attack. And it was fucking hilarious because they started that hashtag, they got it trending, and literally 2 hours after they got it trending, ISIS released a confirmation video with the guy who committed the attack.
You almost see those people say ISIS claims responsibility for everything after those things. But does anyone here actually have any example of ISIS claiming responsibility without being responsible for an attack? Because I've never seen that.
That's interesting. Well, how would we know?
Yes.
That's a good point.
The thing is also
die in the attempt, and so they're
Actually,
therefore
wasn't
there
there
to testify
this
it wasn't
one?
prison.
Wasn't there this one guy going postal where they said that the guy was an ISIS member.
It's interesting. There's another note I have to make. A lot of the tweets under the hashtag are Polish. There's a lot of Polish interest in this.
Hey, so I got someone to translate it. It appears that the interview with the Polish TV conducted with the owner of the shipping company that owns the truck, he was saying that the location of the truck's source, the company, is a Muslim neighborhood. So not the destination, but the location where it's based.
Right.
So, I mean, this doesn't obviously tell us anything concrete, but it indicates perhaps that there was a plot at the source.
Yeah.
Yeah, but please check out Republica on YouTube. They also have English videos, and they're all fair use, free to use. They're the German social justice warriors, and have a look at them. They're
Could you
speaking.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, this guy's not very clear. Apparently, it was parked in a Muslim area, not that it was based in a Muslim area. So I think what he's saying is that when it was hijacked, it was parked in a Muslim area.
That would make more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, where was the area specifically?
I'm just trying to find out. He's not
Right.
exceedingly clear.
Kreuzberg.
Okay.
Yes.
Muslim area, that's what just goes to my mind. Kreuzberg.
Yeah. The thing is also that in Berlin you get 9% of a Muslim population, and I don't know the exact number, but 60 or 70% of the repeated offenders who went back to jail actually come from a Muslim background, and you kind of have a mafia structures there emerging with the strong ties to Lebanon, and in Lebanon you have a lot of amphetamine laboratories which also supplied ISIS in their jihad for the holy warriors with good amphetamine, so you feel the holy war. And actually a lot of money came also from Lebanon to Germany to buy houses in front of refugee shelters to make their Muslim centers, and as well as the financing for the mafia clans within Berlin. So yeah.
To be honest, I don't like Lebanese people, even though I was in Lebanon this year.
I'm about to do something stupid, so I'm going to say it before I'm doing it so Lydia can stop me. Because of the hashtag, which is tweet cat pictures instead of talking about terrorism. I'm thinking about, I have this video of a truck driving over a cat, and I'm thinking about tweeting it out under the hashtag.
Do it.
Well, you know what I'm going to say.
That's like the cat thing's bullshit. You should.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
probably should
that-
know
I need to find the video.
Quite funny.
The whole thing about cats, though,
But wait, does
it's
the
like
cat-
the online safe space to get rid of the severity of the situation.
But can I just ask, is this like a snuff film for cats? Like, does a cat die in the film?
Crowd.
The silence now, volumes.
Plausible.
No,
deniability.
it's just image of a cat squashed by a truck.
Oh,
Randomly
The
filmed.
living cat, does the cat get explicitly murdered in the film?
No,
And
it's,
who made,
it
and who made
runs,
that picture?
it runs onto a highway, a truck approaches and just rolls over it.
Fine.
So it's not snuff,
No,
technically.
idiot, it's not murder. It's killing.
It's not even killing, it's accidental.
Yeah, it's manslaughter. Well, it's not manslaughter. It's cat slaughter.
Accidental. I could get.
Kitty
I
slaughter.
could get with that.
Hey,
That,
so-
that kind of falls under the David Attenborough spectrum of things.
I've got another translation of the source. So the driver informed the owner at 4 p.m. that he's now located in an area mostly inhabited by Muslims. So I think the picture that I'm gathering here is that the truck was hijacked while it was stopped in a Muslim area.
You know, might be a perfect segue, but my friend has just messaged me saying the truck is Muslim, obviously.
Mm.
Not all trucks.
Yes.
All trucks, not all truckers.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
looks like my sources are confirming that.
Do we not have a location yet of
No,
where it was?
No, one of them's saying we don't know exactly where it was yet.
Oh, right. Wait, so the guy literally just said, I'm not in... So he didn't name the place. He literally just said, I'm in a Muslim-populated place right now, and the guys at headquarters were like, we know where that is. He's safe.
I think that probably is what happened, something like that.
It just seems kind of weird. I mean, like, just to say, like, you know, unless they're, like, you know, making it out, unless they're actually saying that it is just a Muslim-populated place, and he did say the area, but...
Well, that's possible too, but I think what we're getting from this is that he said it, like, casually, as if it's the kind of thing he does every day, because it is.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't expect anything to happen.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that just I can imagine if they said, "Oh, it's heavily Muslim populated."
Yeah, but maybe he has a Jewish heritage, because in that area, if you were a keeper, you face probably somebody beating you there.
Okay,
So Jews are advised in that area to not wear the keeper. Might be, it's a speculation, but yeah.
Apparently, there's a...
What the hell?
Apparently, the police has found a suspicious item in the close to the Breitscheidplatz.
I just found a tweet of this guy. I'm actually gonna. I'll share it in the hangout now. Of a guy saying, he's got like a thumbs up and everything, saying, "I can confirm that I, Black Santa, am safe in Berlin tonight."
Too late, mate.
I don't know who he is. He's a poet and journalist. Musician, and apparently he's a books. Oh no, he's written books. Sorry.
No, actually, whenever I hear Black Santa, I can only think of that one video that Devon at some point did. Of a black guy sitting in a chimney and just screaming about how he is not ashamed of Jesus.
What?
Oh, I need to show you that.
What?
It's glorious.
I've never heard of that in my life.
Need to show it to you. Okay, let's see. Okay, found it.
I don't get new information to Zurich.
Okay, no, it's in the chat. Seriously.
I didn't realize I was muted. Jesus Christ, I kept talking without realizing that I was muted. Okay.
Angry Napoleon's Twitter account is protected.
Aw, cute. Cute.
Wait, is this the guy that Sargon keeps calling Black Hitler?
No, it's
No,
not.
no.
Looks like I swear this guy is just as crazy, perhaps more.
Right.
Just watch it. Just watch it.
I'm looking at it. I'm just like, what? Well, to be fair, he hasn't made any. He hasn't talked about reparations or anything, so it couldn't possibly be the same guy.
Yeah, I think I'm going to post it into the chat as well, because it's just to.
Spino's jumped on the
Everyone
counter
should have
immediately.
seen this video at least once in their lives.
I just got someone else who's translated the Polish report, and what I said most recently apparently is accurate, that it stopped in a Muslim area. And he's saying it's kind of weird, Muslim population in Poland is tiny, so it must have been one of those small areas.
When was this said? 2:15. All right, that was ages ago.
So I made my triggering post.
What did you say?
I'm going to go find it.
Okay. I can share my screen
Cat
and show you. It's not a cat video. I post. Here you go. You can watch it now. just a truck plowing through some sheep. And I'm just
Sorry, I've just got a tweet now. I don't know what relevance this is to the current situation. To do with the truck attack. I don't know if anyone could shed some light on what exactly that tweet means. It's by the police, I believe.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. I don't know. It's basically said.
Check a suspicious item.
Yeah.
I think Breitscheidsplatz is where it happened.
I'm actually pretty certain. Yeah. I'm actually pretty certain that I already told you about that.
Yeah, the suspicious item was mentioned, but this is the police saying it.
Got a nice tweet that somebody said they need to mute the police account on Twitter because they are spewing hatred, and another one answers that the police is fascist, and that's the right thing to do. From our Antifa people in Germany.
And the Antifa just never cease to amaze me. And disgust me.
Yeah, Antifa are just wow.
Just wow, lad.
Yeah.
Wow, just wow.
I think their entire existence is literally just to
let's see how far we
continually, it's pretty much that, you know, that meme. We've already passed we've already crossed the line of no return or something, and then but let's just keep going further and see what happens.
It's denialism at its highest.
Pretty much the perfect mirror image of neo-Nazis on the other side of the spectrum.
Yes. Also Syrians stuff.
The police account is no longer posting any relevant information, it seems.
It was posting rather infrequently.
So my question is, are they interrogating him?
Is what?
If they're not interrogating him. That's my question.
Yeah, if they manage to arrest him, could be that he's injured. He's probably going for a medical check at first. Yeah. I would guess, at least.
They've got him handcuffed to some gurney somewhere.
I think my flatmate is having an argument with his girlfriend. I'm not sure if you can hear it.
Can you make sure that they're having an argument and that there's not an abuse situation going on again?
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Because last time you thought they were having loud sex, one of them was being beaten up.
I just heard her laughing.
You're bad for laughing about that.
Ralph got on a tweet and he was like, "Oh, my neighbours are having really loud sex," and everyone was thought, "Oh, ha, ha, how funny!" And then it turned out one of them was getting like the shit beaten out of them. So can we please make sure?
Okay, I'll quickly.
You know, women are strong.
I just heard her laugh. So I don't think it is.
Well, good.
It might be a sarcastic laugh. You never know.
Yeah, I love the sarcastic laugh when you're getting the shit beat up.
No, they're just laughing. I think.
No, I meant before it gets into the fighting stage. I didn't. I didn't actually. Mean, you punch someone in the face and the victim's like hardy ha ha. No.
I actually deleted those tweets when that happened. I actually thought my neighbors were having very loud sex, and then later it turned out that my neighbor beat the crap out of his wife. And the police came and arrested him and shit like that. He really did beat the living crap out of her. He completely smashed her face up, broke her jaw, broke some of her ribs. And the last thing I've heard from a neighbor of mine is that he's probably going to prison for 5-7 years.
Sounds straight.
Yeah.
This is probably because I've been a journalist for so long, but I would have jumped on it. I would have been like, you know, trying to get as much information and sell it to local newspapers.
Nah,
it's right there.
Travis doesn't think like that. He was just like, "Oh, they have such a rampant sex life," and it just didn't occur to him that like something awful was happening.
Well, it started off with sex and it ended up with beating each other up.
No, it did sound like they were having sex, but probably because the sound was being muffled.
Yeah,
because they live above me.
No one blames you in the least. I'm just saying, I just hope that you've learned your lesson and make sure that this doesn't happen again.
People in the chat are asking if he was a Muslim immigrant. The funny thing is, he was Russian.
So he hacked her.
I live in immigrant part of town. My neighbors are almost all Russian, Polish, Czech.
It was clearly the Russians that hacked the wall to make it sound like sex.
Yeah. Hack rape.
Cyber violence.
Yeah, cyberbullying's getting fucking weird.
It's amazing.
No, actually, I
Bring all
think
the bullshit memes together.
Do you know what? I think the feminists were right. You can rape someone virtually.
It's getting fucking real.
I'm not seeing any new information coming out concerning the Berlin truck of peace.
Me neither.
Hey, Eliza, you know that...
Oh, wait, there's a terror warning in Brussels now.
I think there was an incident.
Oh, yeah, that was earlier. They closed off a bunch of streets. That's been around for a while. I don't know if... Is there anything news on that? Like recent news? Because when I looked at that was like hours ago.
By the way, crowd, could you please tell your followers to pray to troll the retarded "Pray for Berlin" hashtag?
My followers and my subscribers are not my personal army.
Yes, I know, but
it could be.
Yeah.
No. I'm not.
No.
Something I still wanted to do, and which is check what the Young Turks are doing in this moment.
Yeah, that.
Oh, hang on. I could always ask Alexa.
Guys, to everyone watching this, and I'm serious. Don't shitpost a TYT live stream. Don't do that.
That would be
Just
awful.
don't do that, okay? That would be awful.
We wouldn't all
like
be laughing.
Even though I'm currently looking at them, they're talking about
Russian hackers.
schools or something. They're talking about schools out in Texas or some other bullshit. They're talking about Mike Pence therapy camp or some other bullshit, but they're not talking about what is actually the dominating story right now.
Do you think they might avoid it until there's more news on it? Because...
Yes. Well, they're cowards.
Well, exactly.
They're cowards. That's
So
all
do
they
you
are.
really think they're going to report on it? Because we know their agenda. We know they're very biased.
Well spotted.
Bias isn't necessarily anti-Islam. I mean, what they talking about Fox News? Because Fox News would jump on this shit. It depends what outlet you're talking about.
No, I'm on about the Young Turks now.
Oh, right, specifically the Young Turks. Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
fuck, yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. Maybe not.
Hey, Eliza, you know that egg account that you keep tweeting at called Oozaloo on Twitter?
Oh, for God's sake!
Mate, it's Oozalogic.
Oh my God! Why?
Because he fucking took it a couple of years before I got on, and he hasn't used it in 3 years.
Really? Oh, whatever. Whatever, mate. Right, I was trying to be nice, you know, be like, yo, I'm with my pal, I'm with my good pal, Oozaloo, right? And you're like, nah, mate, it ain't me.
I'm going to close down a load of tabs because I don't think there's much more information going to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to have much information until probably a few days.
I think 3 or 4 they will make a press conference with also identity and stuff, but the motives are then still unclear. With the identity, you can.
We'll know the identity within 24, maybe even 12 hours.
Not all trucks.
Right, I put a little asterisk next to your names so people know that I definitely got the right person this time.
The thing about the guy being of Arabic descent was bullshit. So
Oh, really?
it was without a source, or
Yeah, no source for it.
okay.
I don't think so. I didn't see one.
I
No,
thought-
it might be true anyway.
I was being serious when I told you not to shitpost the TYT live chat.
I wasn't.
Oh look, I have my first spammer in the chat. Bye bye. Get banned.
The censorship.
Okay, I guess we can go off here. There's no more further developments going to come out of this. And let's go off here. Bye bye. Auf Wiedersehen.
Thanks for watching.
Not all trucks.